Hey guys, me and Team here. Welcome to another Starcraft 2 match. This will be a PvP between myself, the blue Protoss, me and Team, and the red Protoss ChangH. Alright, let's get past the early game, shall we? Now, this is one of those games where I will do something other than 4-gate, so let's watch the fun ensue. And that was my decision upon the start of the game, so I'm fine to say it here because that was my thought process. Anyway, pretty standard openers. Nothing that's going to take anyone's breath away, I'm afraid. I do seem to get my gas a little bit later than other players, but I don't think it seems to matter a lot, because I can just take a second geyser sooner if I need more gas, so whatever. No big deals. I will long distance mine extra gas off one base. What? What? Can't stop this. Well. Anyway, we're still looking pretty even in the early goings, and there's really nothing exciting going on. I have managed a worker lead here, so whatever. Resources... Yeah, I mean, just got a little bit ahead, I guess, because I built my structures closer. No, he did that too. I don't know. That's not something I noticed in-game, but it's something I noticed now. I am picking up a second gas, and I'm using that. Should be going there soon. Saturate. Yeah, I don't have enough probes to saturate the base just yet, but I'm getting there. I did pick up a third gateway, just to defend myself a little bit. I do struggle against that. If I go something other than like 3 gates, I seem to just get overwhelmed. It's happened multiple times, but yes, I'm picking up a robotics facility, so I'm going to try to go for immortals here to counter the stalkers that pretty much every Protoss gets. That is my thought process at the time. And, wow, look at this proness. We are both supply locked at the same time. That is just amazing how good we are at this game. So, we're both going to accrue some money. He picks up a robotics facility as well. No big deal there. So, pretty similar builds so far. We each have 3 gateways. We each have a robo. We've each supply locked ourselves like idiots. And otherwise, we've managed to spend our money at least, for the most part. So, that's not too bad. He does come in here and start harassing my zealot with an earlier stalker. I could have gotten an earlier stalker, not sure why I didn't. So now I'm chrono boosting out a couple of my own, and he's just choosing to chase the zealot around for whatever reason. Okay, well, now I have 2 stalkers to his 1 stalker, so this one's going to kite the zealot while the other one starts shooting a stalker. Ultimately, it's going to be a pretty even trade here, just because I'm going to be able to run this sucker down and kill him. Not much micro attempt by my opponent to take pot shots and try to save the zealot. I guess he figured he couldn't, and he didn't want to risk a stalker and try to get damage on my stalkers. But yeah, the slow move speed, he's not going to be able to do anything. It's a dead zealot, so in terms of army, I'm significantly ahead in terms of army investment. Well, I was until just a second ago when he warped in a bunch of units. But he's getting an observer, I'm getting immortal. Well, actually I got an immortal first, and now I'm picking up my observer. I got the immortal first just because I was fearing early stalker pressure, having seen a couple gateways. So whatever. He is going Twilight Council, and this is a very common Protoss build. And if you guys know a way to beat 3-gate blink stalkers, aside from just also going 3-gate blink stalkers, let me know. He's also picking up an expansion. He's a little bit ahead on the harvester count because he's committed to 2 bases while I'm committing to 1 and then attack him. Hang on a second. No, nothing meaningful in that exchange, I'm afraid. Okay, now he's the one who's coming in. Okay, I could have sworn we lost stuff here. So I didn't realize he had an observer and get my observer just demolished. And he's going to back off, seeing the immortal. So I lost some units there, but I'm pretty far ahead on army because he's going for an expansion, especially in the mineral count. Huge lead there. And this isn't an engagement he should make at all. This is not a good situation for him to be in. And I am going to chase these stalkers off. And I'm rallying more units, bringing these along. Come on, there we go. And pushing his base. I have a significant lead here, so now would be the time to do it. He's invested some money into probes, invested some money into his nexus, and is largely just running his units here. Now, okay. Couple things about this engagement right now, because I am about to attack. Spoilers. I'm still ahead on army, although note that a good portion of my army, including important components, are still rallying. The stalkers matter a little bit, but by far the thing that matters the most is that this guy isn't there yet. So that's a problem. And also he has blink, and enough for three force fields. So we'll see how that factors in. No! Well, right away I get screwed by the force fields. I like somebody's joke patch notes that they quote-unquote leaked, which said that force fields can no longer propel units. But yeah, I just get force fielded and owned here. Part of this is because of my poor micro against force field. I probably should have come up here instead of underneath. It would have been harder to force field lock me here, and I would have had a better concave. But part of it's also just I didn't have all my forces there, and he did, the reinforcement points. This is a long attacking distance, and that certainly plays a factor in making an attack on a base. And in the future, I'm going to consider that, and consider the distances when deciding to go for a macro game versus a one base game. Because it's a lot easier to press an attack with shorter distances. If I had a shorter distance, I would have been able to have that Immortal in that battle, and maybe even an additional Stalker with the same exact timing. So it matters. It matters a lot. It matters more than I thought it did when I started playing this game. So now I realize I'm behind. I really don't have a choice here. I am still ahead in army, so I figure I'll give it one last shot, just because he's had a base for a while now, and the only way I'm going to win this game is to make something happen. So I'm going to attack. Once again, my forces. And here we go again. This time my lead is much smaller in terms of army investment. And once again I have a unit or two rallying, so actually two of my immortals are not in the battle. Yeah, there's no way to warp in immortals at distance. And yeah, I try to break his concave here by pushing up, but it's just not going to work against Blink. Blink is the bane of my existence. So is there a hard counter to Blink Stalkers? I don't think Protoss has it. I mean, Immortals are supposedly, but I can't do anything offensively with the Immortals. So I'm thinking the only way I could possibly handle Blink Stalkers is by getting them myself if I want to push an attack, going 3 Warp Gate into Blink Stalkers, and just warping for reinforcements to destroy the reinforcing lines. That looks like the only way I can punish an Expo other than sheer 4-gate Stalker. But sheer 4-gate Stalker without Blink gets screwed over by Force Field, and it gets screwed over by the opponent having Blink and out-microing you. And given equal micro, the guy with Blink is going to dominate the guy without Blink. It's just too easy. So if you guys have any suggestions on this matchup, because Protoss versus Protoss is, interestingly enough, my weakest matchup right now. If you have any suggestions on dealing with 3-gate Blink Stalkers, aside from doing it yourself, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep laddering and start doing 3-gate Blink myself and see how people counter it. And that will probably give me some insight, at least, if nothing else. But anyway, that'll be a good game. Thumbs up if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Me and team signing off.